Who brought you out? Have mercy upon us, O Yahweh, according to your loving kindness, according to the multitude of your tender mercy. Blot out our transgressions. Wash us thoroughly from our iniquity and cleanse us from our sins. For we acknowledge our transgressions, and our sins are ever before us. Against you and you alone, Yahweh, have we sinned and done this evil in your sight, that you might be justified when you speak and be clear when you judge. Behold, we were shapen in iniquity, and in sin did our imams conceive us. Behold, you desire truth in the inward part, and in the hidden part you shall make us to know wisdom. Purge us, Father Yah, with hyssop, and we shall be clean. Wash us, and we shall be whiter than snow. Make us to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which you have broken may rejoice. Hide your face from our sins and blot out all of our transgressions. Create in us a clean heart, O Yahweh, and renew a right spirit within us. Cast us not away from your presence, Father, and take not your Holy Spirit from us. Restore unto us the joy of your salvation, and uphold us with your free spirit. Then will we teach transgressors your ways, and sinners shall be converted unto you. Deliver us, O Yahweh, from blood guiltiness, Yahweh of our salvation, and our tongues shall sing aloud of your righteousness. O Yahweh, open you our lips, and our mouths shall show forth your praise. For you desire not sacrifice, else we would give. You delight not in burnt offering. The sacrifices of Yahweh are broken spirits, are broken in a heart of contrition. Yahweh, you will not despise. Do good in your good pleasure unto Zion, and build you the walls of Yerushalayim. And let all those, Father Yah, who at the sound of my voice believe all that which was spoken, all that which we do this day to honor you, Father Yah. Say with a loud and clear voice, hallelujah, 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 Toda Yah, Toda Yah. Amen. Amen.
were gone forth out of the land of Israel. The same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai, for they were departed from Rephidim, and were come to the desert of Sinai, and had pitched in the wilderness, and there Yasharel camped before the mountain. And Shemaiah went up unto Elohim, and Yah called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Yaakov, and tell the children of Yasharel, You have seen what I did unto the Mizraimites, and how I brought you eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. Now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me, above all people, for all the earth is mine. You shall be unto me a kingdom of priests, and a Kodesh nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Yasharel.
All right, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Baruch Shabbat, bless Shabbat, and all that goes with it. For those of you that are keepers of the covenant of Yah, those of you who are following the mandates that we have from our Most High to remember the Sabbath day, the seventh day, the Shabbat. Wasn't the first day of the week. It's the seventh day that he gave us to remember. And so we are here today to do just that, to remember the seventh day. I'm going to go right into this history. This is the beginning of the Black History Month. And for those of you that know, this is a time for the Hebrews, to those of us that don't spend a lot of time in identifying the so-called Negroes scattered to the four corners. This is an opportune time. You'll see all across the globe on the internet, you'll see all kinds of Black history documentaries. You'll see Alex Haley's Roots, and you'll see all kinds of stuff on TV. But here, in this form, in the Hebrew Israelite International, you're going to find, and from so many angles, Israelites doing teachings on Black history. The Hebrew Israelites go in depth more than any other people, because we don't just start with the slave ships. We go beyond the rivers of Atlantic, which is basically, incidentally, called Ethiopian Ocean. That's right. That's right. The Atlantic Ocean used to be called the Ethiopian Sea, or the Ethiopian Ocean, or the Eritrean Sea. And during the time of the conquerors, they changed the names and replaced the names with Eurocentric powers to capitalize and to teach a false narrative of history that's not accurate as far as antiquity is concerned. Okay, so that said, I want to also invite you and to encourage you to join in with our brother Moray Josiah on his channel. Right after this channel goes off, on the Spirit of Yah channel, where he's going to go in depth on the Black history. Now, what we're going to do on this channel is we're going to continue along in the series that we started, and I opted to do some quotes from some books for our Black history portion of the month. So I am going to try to do like 2 or 3 quotes each Shabbat that we, and if the Most High allows me to, maybe I climax and I'll just go crazy, and I'll just take everything and I'll just let it all out. Boom, right? Talk about Negro land and all kinds of stuff like that, and talk about our voyages, our being forced migrations from Babylon to Timbuktu and all of that, right? But we're not going to do that this year. Maybe at the climax we'll do that. If you want more of that, join my brother Moray Josiah on his channel right after this channel goes off, right after this stream is done. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some clips, right? And the Black history quotes from the scholars for white eyes only. For white eyes only. That's right. That's right. So we're going to do some clips today. Some quotes. I said clips, quotes. I don't know why I'm in the music mode. I say clips. Tracks, clips, videos, clips. Music is tracks. So we're going to start with our first. I'm going to introduce you first to Noah Webster. We're going to go to our first source here, Noah Webster, and he's going to start us off with the definition, right? So for those of you that are tuning in, I'll give you the link. Hold on a second. Let me give you the link to this one here. All right. If I can, just bear with me a second here. All right. Where's my, here we go. Okay. We're going to start off with this Noah Webster's dictionary. So for those of you that have bad eyes, they can't see, because you need to wear some glasses like DMC. Right? Those of you that can't see, they're gonna blow it up. Last week we had some people that that couldn't see, and they was commenting, I can't see it, I can't see it. We gave you the link so you can see it on your own, right? So if you can't see it from the angle we produce it, then do your best. All right. Okay. I'm going to say general Shabbat Shalom right now to everybody, generally speaking, and we'll address and we're gonna get to the lesson, but I'm gonna do my quotes for the week. Okay. So now let's go to this link. Noah Webster. I'm gonna see if I can blow it up. All right, let's see. We're gonna start right here with the definition. If I can get it. It's trying to focus in. Okay, we're gonna focus in on this word swarthy, right? Swarthy, okay? Just give it a second while it's trying to amplify itself. Okay. Is it still spinning around? Okay, no, okay, all right. So right here where my mouse is, right here, this is what we looking at right here, okay? All right. For those of you that have bad eyes, I'll do this for you real quick. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see if I can get over here. And let's see. Let's do this here. All right, let's try this right here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. I don't know if this is gonna be better. I'm gonna try it. Let's see. Hold on a second. I gotta save it first. All right. It's one of the downfalls of okay, hold on a second. Now I gotta find the file. Just bear with me. You know what? Do the best you can with the screen, because I'm losing a lot of time by doing this. Okay. All right. So if you can't read it, then take a screenshot like I did and zoom in. Okay. But the link is there. Noah Webster's dictionary. This is 1832, but actually 1828. So we're gonna look at the definition of swarthy, right? Swarthy means, it says see swart, right? And swart means to make tawny. So whenever you see these words, swarthy, tawny, right? This is what it's talking about. Okay. So swarthy, being of a dark hue or dusky complexion, right? Being of a dark hue, right? Or of a dusky complexion, right? So we know that there's only one group of people that fit that description, right? A dark hue. Dusky, more like husky. I was calling up. My mama said, "Put some lotion on husky knees." All right. Tawny in warm climates, the complexion of men in universally swarthy or black. Right, swarthy or black. The Moors, Spaniards, and Italians are more swarthy than the French, Germans, and English. Let me read that again, right? Let's do this here. Let's do Control Plus. Maybe that'll help you out a little bit. It's gonna help me. Let me see. Hold on. Let's try it again. Control Plus. That made it worse. Okay, that made it worse. All right. One more. Let's just click zoom and wait. That's what I'm gonna do. Click zoom and wait, because this is a this is a large file. Okay. Let's see if I can get it one more time. Okay. That should be better. Okay, now, so it says it says the Moors, the Spaniards, and Italians are more swarthy than the French, Germans, and Englishmen. Their swarthy hosts would darken all our plains. Okay. So it says swarthy black as the swarthy African, right? There it is. Boom. Okay. So now, the next clip we're going to go to is, we're going to go to a clip by author named William Boyd Dawkins, right? William Boyd Dawkins. Pardon me. Okay. And this is the link. Okay. This is the link here. And go. All right. So go to that link there. That's William Boyd Dawkins. Okay. Go to that link. Click in. And we're going to paste it right there. And this is on page 322. Okay. I'm going to do my best to zoom it in. Okay. We're going to start right here where it says relationship of Iberians to Ligurians and Etruscans. Etruscans. Okay. They spell it different. Etruscans, right? So Etruscans were the predecessors of the Greeks. Okay. Now, before the Celtic invasion, Gaul was inhabited by other tribes than the Iberian. Okay. So now we're bringing something now so you can see that these Iberian people, will do a study in the future on the table of nations to show you the sons of Japheth. Because people, a lot of camps don't know who Japheth, how to identify who Japheth is. We want to make everybody else that look white be Edomites. This is which is the reason for this particular lesson. We're going to explode, we're going to amplify, and we're going to decode, explode that doctrine. We're going to put it in the trash can today, right? There you go. We're going to close the door, put the seal on it, and vault it up. All right. So, so the Etruscans were the predecessors of the Greeks. Let's go back in now. Okay. So we have the Ligures dwelt in the district around Marcellus and held the region between the river Po and the Gulf of Genoa to the western boundary of Etruria, right? And they extended along the coast of the Mediterranean as far as Pyrenees, that is to say, over the area, including under the name of Iberia in its more ancient sense. They have also left marks of their presence in the name of Lor or Ligor, and possibly in Britain. In the obscure term Logrians or Loger, from the intimate manner in which they are associated with the Iberians by classical writers, coupled with their agreement in small stature and swarthy complexion. All right. So what they tell you, brother, these people were black, swarthy. That's why we read the definition. Let's go. And he said, and swarthy complexion, it may be inferred with tolerable certainty that they were related to each other as the Frank to the Goth, and as the Dane to the Norman, and that they belong to the same underline that non-Aryan branch of human race, right? It is also by no means improbable that the small, swarthy Etruscans, right, whose empire extended in the earliest times recorded by history north of the Alps in tribal, and who held dominion over Lombardy. That's Lombard, because remember there was a tribe of Japheth called the Lombards, right? The Dark Ages of Europe. There was a tribe called the Lombards tribe, okay? Lombardy, okay, belonged to the same non-Aryan stock, since they were countermanos and were driven away from their ancient possession by the same invading peoples. So these were not Japhites that the camps teach, and we're going to show you in this teaching who they were. These were the same people, brothers and sisters, Phoenicians, Edomites, and the like, Canaanites, that voyaged into all the places where nobody lived before the sons of Japheth settled in those lands. They were not Japhites as the camps teach. They were Hamites. Okay, let's continue. It says, just as the salt poured down through central France, isolating the Ligurian and the Iberian, so he poured through the passes of the Alps into Lombardy, sundering the Etruscans of Raetia and Noricum from those of Etruria proper, right? So he's showing you what happened. These were not Edomites that drove out black Japhites, as the common teaching is, but these were Phoenician, Canaanite, Edomites, right? Who voyaged the world, and we're gonna show you some stuff. We got receipts. And they voyaged the world, and when the Dark Ages, the Europeans in the Dark Ages came and unified as people, they drove them out. That's what we're reading about here. Okay, let's continue. He says, let's go back here. Just as the salt poured down through central France, so the Celtic people came down through central France, right? And we're not going to cover that today, but even the French, the Phoenicians were even in France. Okay, this is what he's telling you here. So just as the salts poured down through central France, isolating the Ligurian and the Iberian, so he poured through the passes of the Alps into Lombardy. So he came through the Alps into Lombardy, because at this particular time they were at the Caucasus Mountains, brothers and sisters. Sons of Japheth were sojourning at the Caucasus Mountains at this time. They weren't in Europe, they weren't in Britain, they weren't in Ireland, none of the places. They were in the Caucasus Mountains. So who voyaged out to those other lands? The black African, Canaanites, Phoenicians. Okay, let's continue. So he says that, in my belief, the Iberians of France and Spain and Silures of Wales and the Ligures of southern Gaul and northern Italy and the small dark Etruscans are to be looked upon as the ethnological islands isolated by successive invasions, pointing out that if we could go deep enough in past time, we should find that the whole of Europe was inhabited solely by a swarthy, non-Aryan population. You see that? Right? So he's telling you that before the sons of Japheth dominated, remember, we got to stick along with prophecy because people get stupid, stuck on stupid. Prophecy didn't say Esau would enlarge in his borders. It said Japheth's borders would be enlarged. At the time, at the settlement of the sons of Noah, Japheth was not enlarged. But as he grew and developed, as he unified under the one unanimous clause called whiteness, is when he empowered himself to overthrow, just like today. That's why we have that same spirit going on today. It's not Esau. It's Japheth who has enlarged his borders. Okay, now, so it says that, once again, let's read it again. It says, we should find that the whole of Europe was inhabited solely by swarthy, just in case you don't know what it means. He says swarthy, non-Aryan population. I didn't say it. I just read the quote from the book. Okay? So now, that's number 2. Y'all ready for number 3? All right. I'm glad you asked the question. So we're going to go to the third quote, right? This one is, this book has a long title, but I'm going to give you the link, right? This is the link. Okay, good. That's the link. This book is entitled An Account of the Native Africans. Now, I'm doing what other people don't do. I'm giving you the quote, and I'm giving you the reference where you can look at it yourself and you can read it for yourself. You don't have to go search for it. See, I'm giving it to you for free. And you ain't paying me no tithes like you pay these other camps. And somebody was talking about, you shouldn't be asking for donations. Man, shut up with that nonsense, you idiot. Shut up. Tell it to your leader, your camp. Get off my channel. You watching me, I'm not watching you, Dodo Brain. All right. I go there sometimes. Ooh, people just push your button, man. I saw all them comments last week, all the trolls last week, right? I already know y'all doctrine is going underwater. It's under fire. It's about to explode. That's why y'all mad. I'm going to use y'all ammunition today. I'm going to prove you wrong by using your own ammunition. Okay, now let's get back in here. So, where was I at? Okay, so we're going to go to the next link, right? All right. Like I said, the long name book, and we're going to start page let's see, there's a lot in this book here. Let's see, I have a specific spot I was going to read. Let's not read all that. I'm not trying to make a lesson out of it. Okay. So let's go to page 187 at this second paragraph, okay? And the reason is why. The most striking example we have of the influence of climate is to be found among the persecuted race of people, the Jews, right? Notice what he says here. Dispersed over the chief parts of the civilized globe, right? Let me read that again. The most striking example we have of the influences of the climate is to be found among the persecuted race of people, the Jews, he says. Dispersed over the chief parts of the civilized globe, but prevented by religious motives from mixing with the rest of mankind, right? Bam! They still retain their characteristic features. though they have assumed the complexion of every country they inhabit, right? Okay. That's something that you can question, okay, because that can be disproven. I can read another quote that's going to debunk that, but we're going to let him have this right now because he's going to make a statement in a minute, right? Okay. He says, but prevented by religious motives from mixing with the rest of mankind. They still retain their characteristic features, though they have assumed the complexion of every country they inhabit. Thus, they are fair in Britain and Germany. Now, remember we just told you, right? There was a swarthy people that was in Britain before, and we just read that. That's the reason why we read that, so you can comprehend what we're saying here now. We're still talking about the same people. We're not talking about another people, right? Okay, now, he says they are fair in Britain and Germany, brown in France and in Turkey, swarthy, underline swarthy, in Portugal and in Spain, olive in Syria, and in Chaldea, tawny or copper-colored in Arabia, Egypt, and nearly black in Abyssinia. Look at that. Huh? Wait a minute. Let me read that quote again, right? Did y'all catch that? Let's read it again. He says, thus they are fair in Britain and Germany, brown in France and in Turkey, swarthy in Portugal and in Spain. Wait a minute. So how did the Sephardic become non-swarthy if this writer is saying, and this book was published was copywrote in 1803. Now, I don't know when it was written, but they copywrote it in 1803. He's saying that they're swarthy or black, tawny, in Portugal and Spain. How about that? Could that be your ancestors? We're going to cover that in a future next Shabbat. Maybe I'll pick some stuff up along with this, right? Okay. So, once again, it says they are swarthy in Portugal and in Spain, olive in Syria. Now, olive, you got two color olives, green and black. So when you say olive skin, people make olive a color that is not. There's no beige olives. There's no beige olives. They're green or black. There are no green people. Okay? How about that? Now, and he said they are tawny. Remember we said tawny and swarthy are the same thing, meaning black. So he said they are tawny or copper colored, right? That's what the color of the Messiah in the vision say. He was as polished brass. That's copper, right? Okay? Red, like Esau, not white, like a European that the camps teach you, but red. Okay? Like the soil of the earth, red. Adam came from the earth. The soil is red, not like sand. Okay? Sand is lighter. Soil is dark, right? Dirt is dark. And certain spots, dirt is a reddish brown. Okay? That's the color he's saying that these people are. Look what he said. He said they are tawny or copper colored in Arabia, and Egypt. Wait a minute, brother. Wait a minute. So, if he said they are swarthy, back up, if they are tawny or copper colored in Arabia and Egypt, those people that are in Egypt today, they're saying, we're the real Egyptians. How come they're not swarthy or copper colored? You've been had, right?
You've been had.
Somebody lied to you, right? Somebody lied to you, right?
You in danger, girl.
Somebody lied to you. You've been sold a myth. You've been sold a myth. You've been lied to. They put a Mickey in your drink, and now you are drunk off of falsehood. Just like this Esau, the white man, is a doctrine that got you drunk. I'll drink to that. Okay? So hopefully you enjoyed those clips. Yeah. All right. I need a whistle on that one. Let's go ahead and get into the lesson. Let me bring my screen back up here. Let me just do my greetings real quick before we get into it. Okay, let's see. Let's go up here, do my greetings real quick. Good to see you, my brother. Light to the Gentiles. You're gonna like this. You got some more good stuff, right? Lion Pride. Good to see you, my brother. I still didn't get a response from brother. I just had to do it this way. Brother Telefaro, I'm publicly thanking you for your contribution you made. Brother Telefaro made a contribution. I'm not sure what his YouTube name is, so that name came over as we received the contribution. So I want to thank you for your contribution. Appreciate the love and generosity, because you gave a gift before and I didn't know who it was. Who is this? Okay. Elias Stone, good to see you, my brother. Shabbat Shalom. Coach Sherry, oh my, praise Yah. Says giant pear character waving flag. Oh, she sent an emoji. Praise Yah for the love, the generosity. Okay. Nicole, let's see, sister Nicole. Said good morning. Shabbat Shalom. I want to do just a little. Some of our people need a lesson on Hebrew. Real quick, I'm just gonna make it keep moving. When you say a Koti, do you know what you're saying? Her name is not a Koti Shalea. Her name is not a Koti Shalea. Because you know what you say when you say a Koti? You're saying my sister. Her name is not my sister Shalea. Her name is a coat Shalea. Sister Shalea. Like, that's when you say a coat is singular. A Koti, you're saying my sister. Right? Like you're saying, Shalom, my brother. Right? My name is not my brother Kazak. Okay, Aki. My name is not Aki Shabbat. See, Aki is the plural, which means my brother. A Koti is the plural, my sister. So it's a Kot or Ak, right? Aki, my brother. My brother. My brother. It's more of a term of endearment. My brother, Aki, Aki, Aki. My brother, my brother, my brother. Respectful, right? But my name is not Aki Kazak. It's Ak, brother Kazak, okay? Or Zakain, which would be elder, okay? Okay? Or Kohain, which would be priest. We use priest with English just because it sounds better, okay? Kohain doesn't sound, it's just all about sound to me, okay? But it's the same thing. All right, now, enough for the Hebrew language class. All right, now, I'm glad you like that, like to the Gentiles. Brother Dawes, good to see you, my brother. Shabbat Shalom. All right, who's that? LUTG7. Okay. Told out for that, Brother Dawes. He said smash the likes. Indeed, indeed. Dark side, let's say shalom first. There you go. There you go. But what's up with the unorthodox pictures? Okay, who said that? People coming here with dumb statements and dumb questions. Oh my goodness. You know, think about it like this, right? Okay. Some of y'all need to learn some respect. Right? See, because I'm doing a lesson and I try to maintain a professional, but sometimes I get mad as hell when I see some dumb comments at the end of the day when I'm reading it. And I guess the most I don't allow me to see them because I'll go off. But be respectful when you comment, when you come here. If you see something that you don't like or disagree with, be respectful about it. Stick with the lesson. And some people like to draw attention to themselves. That's why they do stuff like that, to draw attention to themselves. If you're really interested or you have a question about why I have something on my channel, why I have a picture or thumbnail, you can reach out to me privately. You don't have to come on the channel and say dumb, stupid stuff like that. Make yourself look like a fool. All right? Now, where was I at before I got interrupted? See, I'm one of the few people that don't block people when they come in with stupid stuff. I let you talk stupid so the world can see how stupid you are. Okay? And then you pour your comments after that. Because nobody see how stupid you was, right? Like somebody came in last week. But anyway, get to it was World War II from trolls. Yeah, it was World War II from trolls, right? And we're going to address some of that today. Okay, so now, with that said, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. What I want to do is I want to address some of those trolls like that came in last week, and we're going to prove them wrong by using their own ammunition, right? So the title of the lesson is, for those that have a problem with why the images are there, is because Esau is not white. Those people on the screen, right, are more than likely Edomites. All right. Okay. So just so you can see, these people you see on the screen are more than likely, some of them could be Hamites, some of them could be a blend of Hamites and Shemites. Some of them could possibly be a Hebrew. Okay, so the purpose of the thumbnail is to state what's not obvious to many camps, right? So in this lesson, we're going to show you the origin. And I kind of covered it before, but this time I'm going to deal with it through the comments, right? That Esau, as a nation, is not white. You might have some Edomites that have ancestral lineage that goes back to Esau, but not a whole nation of people. You can't make a whole nation of people Esau. You can't make a whole nation of white people Esau, because it's not true. And we're going to show you the origin of that, where it came from. And every book, every writer that writes that are in agreement with the people that posted it, right? Okay. Now, moving forward. Okay. So, the basis, look, I want you, doggone it, I want you to tag every Hebrew camp, One West camp that you can find, because they're the primary ones that teach this. People say, every Hebrew Israelite camp I know teach that. No, they are a splinter or a division of that One West camp that teach that. Anybody that teaches Esau is a white man has some type of connection through that One West camp, because nobody else teaches that but One West camp. If a person is not affiliated with One West camp, they don't know that that's where they got the doctrine from, right? Because number one, when you're mad as hell at the white man, you want to find a reason for you to be able to get your frustration, your aggravation out. So what wouldn't be an easy fix to that? Make him be Esau, and now I can lash out at the white man, because after all, the white man sold our ancestors into slavery. So let him be Esau so we can hate him, right? Okay. So now, the basis of that doctrine, this is what it holds. This is what it basically, what's the word I'm looking for, has built its foundation off of, right? And I used to teach that Esau was the white man in ignorance, because, hey, it made sense to me. Who's oppressing us more than white people? So Esau must be the white man, okay? And I'm gonna tell you how I started believing that. I was watching John Hagee, Cornerstone Baptist Church. You know, he's one of them Baptist people that's into prophecy and stuff like that. And he said in one of his sermons, it's always been a war between Esau. No, it's always been a war between the Jews and the Arabs. Just like that, he said that. And so I start going in my scriptures looking for that, and the only person I could find that the so-called Jews at the time was using that terminology, was having a constant battle with Esau, the Edomites. And I said, wait a minute. I said, if Esau is having war with the Israelites, and then I started reading, I read the story of the birth, two people. That's where I began with the knowledge. I didn't know One West Camp existed. And on my original channel, I started teaching Esau was the white man. I remember doing a video one time. I went through the lineage of Esau and saw that he was the Dukes. And I said, oh, wow. I said, that's England. And England is an extension of Rome. So they must be Esau. And I was like, wow. And then I started hating every white person I saw. I started teaching Esau was the white man. I made every white person I saw that crossed my path, I was mad at them and I was slashing out at them. You white devil. Y'all don't believe it. I used to do that. I used to teach that. I think that was before I met Morey Josiah. And I think it was right around that time when a sister reached out to me and told me, she said, brother, She said, I love you teaching. She said, but this, where's all that hatred coming from? Because when I wasn't teaching that, I was, teaching other stuff. And I said, sister, I said, I'm gonna revisit that teaching. And I revisited the teaching. And that's when I came to, from my research and study, that Esau's not the white man. But then now, the pillar of that is found in this verse and is sanctioned by books written by people. We're going to break this down today. And then we're going to put this baby, we're going to crucify this doctrine, and we're going to have a bonfire. We're going to smoke it. Right? All right. So are y'all ready? So now we're going to go to 2nd Esdras, where it all started, right? Y'all already know. Okay? Now, let's see if I can do this way. I was going to blow up these comments, so I don't know how I can do that. Let's see. I guess I'll just have to let you see my notes. But let's do this first. Let's read 2nd Ezra, right? And chapter 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Okay, this is the basis of the doctrine that Esau is the white man. This is the fact that he was born red is really not the basis of it, right? The basis of it is actually 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Okay, so we're going to read that. Okay, go to 2nd Ezra, 2nd Esdras, which is supposed to be Esther, right? And we're going to give you some history on that, right? Okay, now, so 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world. Oh, man. Boom. Who's ruling the world, brother? Who's ruling the world? Right? It says, Esau's the end of the world. Who's ruling the world? Who's ruling? Who the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Who's ruling the world now? That's the basis of the teaching. Esau is the end of the world, right? And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So see, brother, Esau, the so-called white man, got to be taken down, and then Jacob is going to rule the earth, right? Isn't that what the teaching is? That's it. So, is that sound doctrine? No, it's not. Is that soundbite doctrine? Yes. It's taking a text out of context to support your thesis. And number two, is 2nd Ezra's authentic is another question you got to ask. When was this written? Was this written in the time when we were a flourishing kingdom? Or did this happen after the fact, right? Okay, glad you asked the question, right? So now, I'm going to give you a link. But first, I want to see if it makes somebody mad as hell yet. The camps that believe that. I want to see if anybody's lashing out yet. Because the brother doomed me to hell, told me you can go to hell and all your followers can go to hell. I'm going to show you the comment. I had to block him too. All right. So now, right. Let's see. So where was I at? Roy Josiah, good to see you, my brother. I gave you a commercial at the beginning for everybody to join you for your teaching on the Black History Month. Okay, now, I lost my thought. What was I doing? Hold on a second to come back to me.
Wait a minute.
Okay. All right. So the pillar of the doctrine that Esau is the white man, it sits on Esau is the end of the world. Okay. Now, from a historical dynamic, right? Okay. Let's do this real quick. I'm gonna show you something, right? If you go and type in, where did the teaching that Edom is wrong come from? Okay. Now, I'm going to show you what came up on the internet, and I'm going to concur what he's saying. I'm going to prove to you by resources and references that what he's saying is correct. Because sometimes AI nails it, sometimes AI misses it. Okay, so AI said this right here. He said, the teaching that Edom is wrong comes from rabbinic literature, especially or specifically the Midrash, Bereshit Rabbah. This teaching portrays Esau, the brother of Jacob, as the embodiment of Rome, a wicked empire. So from the basis, Esau being Rome has no foundation. It was started by the rabbis, okay, in rabbinic literature. And we're going to show that to you today. And if you believe that, then you should equally believe that the so-called Jews are the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because they said that too. So why don't you believe that? If you believe they would tell the truth that Esau is wrong, why wouldn't they tell the truth that they are the chosen people? Inquiring minds want to know, right?
What you bringing to the table, brother?
All right. So if you're going to believe that they are telling the truth that Esau's wrong, then you are duty bound to believe everything else that they tell you is true. Okay. That's number one. All right. So we're going to amplify this today. All right, now. The brother said to me, see if I can bring it on the screen. The brother by the name of Yahweh. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Let me see. View. Let's see. Hold on a second. Yeah. Let's do Control Plus. Okay. Okay, that's better. Okay, here we go. The brother by the name of Yahweh Shai, okay, King of Kings, 2879. What does that say to you, right? He's part of the One West camp. Yahweh Shai. And anybody that used that name Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, that teaching came from the One West camp. Nobody else originated that. Okay? It comes from the Las Quadash that they created, the alphabet. Awa, nawa, dawa, bawa. That's straight up, brothers and sisters. I got receipts on that. Okay, now. So the brother said, you're talking about a lot of stuff that you don't relate to the scriptures. Okay? All right. So in other words, everything that I shared last Shabbat wasn't related to scriptures, according to him. He says, but my question to you is, who will be ruling when the Messiah returns, right? And who are the Edomites? It's not the white man. Okay, so his thesis is that because of the pillar doctrine that Esau is the end of the world, right? And let me do this for you real quick before I go further, because I want to make sure you see this here, right? Okay, so if you go to the same source and you ask Mr. AI, when was the book of Second Esdras discovered? Okay. Aha. Here's what we find, right? It says the book of Second Ezra was written around 100 A.D.
You in danger, girl.
100 A.D. So in other words, before 100 A.D., we didn't have Second Ezra. I wonder what happened around that time that we got Second Ezra. What happened that gave us Second Ezra, right? I'm glad you asked the question, right? I'm glad you asked the question. Okay. I'm gonna give you the answer. I'm not gonna draw it out. When the rabbis, the rabbinic, the sages, we're gonna read it to you too, determined when Romans sacked Jerusalem, they at that point started calling Rome Edom. That's the origin of Rome being Edom. Not because he has any historical dynamic to it, not because there's any genetic dynamic or any archaeological dynamic or any other type of dynamic, not even craniology, right? None of it points to Esau being the twin brother of Yaakov being the so-called white man, because there's no match in any form historically or scientifically to suggest that Esau is related to us. The so-called white man is related to us. None. From the standpoint of the Neanderthal DNA, all of that. So the brothers, to answer that, they say, that stuff come from the devil. White man made that up. Because it disagrees with your philosophy. So whenever you can't deal with the truth, right?
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
So whenever you can't handle the truth, what you do? You deny that it's true. Right? You find something that agrees with your theology, and you push it, and you repeat it till you believe it. You repeat it until you believe it. You repeat it until you are convinced that this is the truth. And you wake up, Esau the white man. Right? Because you repeat it so much that you believe it. It's in your system and you can't get it out because it's part of you. That doctrine, Esau the white man, is part of you. You can't get it out because it's a part of you. All right, now. So, that's when it originated. It originated, right? It says, the book of Second Ezra was written around 100 AD by an unknown who? Jewish author. So who gave Esau was a white man? The Jewish rabbis. Who wrote the book of Second Ezra? Jewish rabbi. Right?
What you bringing to the table, brother?
So, to fool you and to trick you and to keep your eyes with the Most High, we know you're going to eventually read. So let's put it in print. So when you read it, you're going to be like, see, I told you they was Esau. And you have made a black supremacist group off of hating white people. And when somebody tell the truth, you love the slave master. You sound stupid. You know what? I'm going to say that we say when I was coming up. Your breath stink. When we said you got bad breath and you don't love Jesus. What Michael Evans used to say, don't show your ignorance. When you say, I love my oppressor because I'm teaching that he's not the white man, you showing your ignorance. You showing your ignorance. You really are. And you think you feel justified in saying that, oh, you love the slave master. No, you love stupidity. That's what you love, being stupid. When you hear truth that you can't identify with, you want to hold on to your emotions. You're emotionally controlled and not spirit led. You need to check that heart and get that heart right. That's why you can't embrace the truth, because your heart ain't right. Right? The Most High said, don't hate Esau, but you want to violate Torah that tells you to love Esau, whoever he is to you, because you got hatred in your heart. You got an evil heart of hatred. All right. Now.
Am I right? That's right.
All right. So, Second Ezra was perfectly carved out for you, because they knew you were going to read it, because they knew that you had something in your heart that you were going to utilize this to stay at odds with the Creator and prolong the captivity, because you haven't humbled yourself. Like it says in Leviticus 26, right? If your uncircumcised hearts be humbled, that's scripture for you. Humble yourself under the mighty hand of Yah, and he will exalt you in due time. That's in Hebrews. Hebrews quoting from Leviticus 26, right? Submit yourself to Yah. Draw nigh unto him, he will draw nigh unto you. But when you draw nigh to your emotions by making Esau be the white man so you can have reason to hate white people, you're not drawing nigh to Yah. You're drawing nigh to Satan. You're the one that's drawing nigh to Satan. But you want to make me draw nigh to Satan because I'm telling you a truth that goes against the passion in your heart. Then you want to make a comment about, I can go to hell. Silly rabbit. All right. We get ready to go deep now. Y'all better call them camp leader. Tell them come online. Tell them come on. Tell them invite me on this show. I would love to do. I'd love to do. Put me in the hot seat. If you can stand the test, right? I'm about to go and I had the guys in the street say, I'm about to go in your I'm about to go in your tail. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm about to go in your tail right now. You better get ready. Okay. All right. Now, y'all ain't ready. Y'all not ready for this brother here. Okay, let me see. All right. So the next comment the brother said to me was, he said, yes, you're right. Esau is at the head of the Gentiles. And he quotes Job 9:24. So let's go to Job 9:24 and see what Job 9:24 said. I already told you what it said, but we're going to read just for a second, right? So let's go to Job 9:24, right? Go to Job. Job. His brother said one time, the book of Job. Go to the book of Job. The book of Job. 9, was it? What was it? 9:24. Hold on a second. Good gravy. 9 and 24. Yeah, 9:24. Okay. Job 9:24 says, right? This is what they quote in the street, right? Bring it up. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Bring it up. You give it to the hand of who? You give it into the hand of the wicked. One more time, brother. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Bring it up. Who's ruling the world, brother? So-called white man, right? Second Ezra says what? Esau at the end of the world, right? So who's ruling? White man. So the white man must be Esau, right? Right? Aha. Got you, right? So that's the whole pillar of the teaching, right? All right. Now, I done told you, I done gave you the answer. You did a soundbite. Yeah, that's a soundbite doctrine. You take a verse from here and you mess it with another verse, and now you stir it up. And you got you a cake. Right? That's the doctrine. All right. Let's go back to the brother here, because the brother says some more stuff. All right. He says, Yahushua, King of Kings, 28:79 said, the Lord will return ruled by Esau, Isaiah 63, 1-6. So let me say something before I read that, right? This is for my One West campers that's still using Lord. Who gave you Lord? Did the Most High give you Lord? No. Esau gave you Lord in the King's English. Esau substituted the name of your Most High and put Lord in there. And you still calling on Esau as you call him. You call on Esau's deity. Oh. But I love the master. Who loves the master? Apparently you love him because you still calling him Lord. That's that so-called white man gave you. Huh? I'm not angry and I'm not attacking the white man. I'm just repeating you back your verbiage. And now you calling the Most High Lord, right? When in any good research, you'll find out that everywhere you see and I learned it from Moray Josiah. I told you about Moray Josiah for that. Everywhere you see Lord, it was the Tetragrammaton. And the Jewish scholars said the name was so sacred that you couldn't say it. So everywhere the name was, they replaced it, the YHWH, and put Adonai, right? Which came down to Lord and, well, Jehovah and Lord. Okay. All right. Now, who loves the slave master? You or me? Because you identify you Israel, but you hold on to the slave master's deity, the Lord. All right. Let's go further. So Isaiah 63, 1-6. This is what he quotes. He says, Yah will return ruled by Esau. That don't sound right, but this is what he said. Yah will return ruled by Esau. So Yah's going to return and rule by Esau. I know what he's saying, but that's what it looks like he's saying. But he's saying when Yah return, Esau will be ruled. He's saying, okay. So Isaiah 63, 1-6. These are the verses that they use to support the thesis of the doctrine, right? So Isaiah, I'm glad the brother put the comments in there because it's helping us out. So Yoshiyahu 61 or Isaiah 61, right? And I'm sorry, what was the verse he said? 63, 1-6. 63 and 1-6. Okay. Who is this that come from Edom with dyed garments from Basra, that is glorious in apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength? I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore thou art red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. Okay. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. And I will tread down the people in my anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth. Right? Okay, very good. Good verse. Now, good verse, but that doesn't prove that Esau is a white man. All that proves is that Esau will be into existence at the return of the Messiah. That's his point. It doesn't point that Esau is a white man. So you can't use that verse, because that doesn't point that Esau is a white man. And Second Ezra doesn't prove that. Neither does Job prove that Esau is a white man. Okay, now let's continue. So the brother goes on to say, he says, so who are the Europeans in the scriptures? Okay. All right. Now I have a note here. It says Second Ezra was written in 100 CE by a Jewish rabbi. Would you be surprised to discover that the same people that gave you books erroneously identified Edom, Esau, and Idumea with Rome and Christianity? Thus, you have books like Who is Edom and Esau, right? And Modern Judaism. I just named a couple because there's a bunch of them that says it. So they all got it from one source, right? Okay, now we're gonna go to the source. Okay. The source was the Talmud. It refers to Edom as Rome in Leviticus Rabbah, right? Let's see, I got a link here. Let's see. Let's read this here real quick. And I'm gonna finish my paragraph here. And the Midrash Tahuma Bereshit. Okay. And then I have a footnote here. Ezekiel 32 and 29 speaks of judgment of Edom's kings associated with Egypt. Here is a quote from the Jewish Encyclopedia. Okay, so now, before I do that, right? Okay, I'll do this here. I'm gonna show you the link right here. So we'll copy this, and we're gonna read Modern Judaism, because these are the sources, but then we're gonna show you the root of it. Okay, we're gonna show you the root of it. Okay, so now let's put this into the comments, right? And post. So now this is the reference. Okay, so let's go here. Let's go here. Let's paste it. I'm gonna go with you, and we're gonna go to this is page. And let's start. Let's get a good starting point here. Let's see. Ooh, hold on a second. Okay, we talking about Elijah. Let's skip down. Let's go to Esau. So it's 231. Let's go to 231. Let's make this full screen. We're gonna go to 231 right here. This is the book is entitled. The book is entitled Modern Judaism, right? Modern Judaism, right? And the author is, hold on a second. Just bear with me a second here. It's this one here I want. Okay. Modern Judaism by John Allen. It was copy wrote in 1816, right? So we're on page 231. So when you think about it, you say, oh, brother, this book was written in 1816. So we know it's true, right? Right? They was telling the truth before 1948. Okay. Sounds reasonable. Sounds like a reasonable assumption, right? Okay, but let's see. Okay, now it says Esau's descendants, this is at the top, are subjects of extensive traditions. So now, once again, this book, we're reading this in context so you can see what he's saying, right? He's saying Esau's descendants are subject of extensive traditions in which the rabbis, wait a minute, who? In which the rabbis, with an effrontery at which we should wonder in any other men, have set at defiance all authentic history and accurate chronology. Wait a minute. It sounds like he's in doubt. He says, these representations, he says, the fallacy of which will be too obvious to require being pointed out, may be briefly comprised under the following heads. So what he's saying, what we're about to read, he disagrees. He's saying it's a fallacy because what? He says it is a defiance against all authentic history and accurate chronology. What? The rabbis have said that Esau's Rome, but this author is telling you that it defies authentic history and accurate chronology to say that Rome is Edom. Boom! Now put that in his pipe and smoke it. All right, now we're going to get into what he said in the book. He said first, not second, first. This is what so he's telling you this is what the rabbis is surmising, right? That goes against, it defies all chronology and authentic history. The rabbis said what? Descendants of Esau, the sworn enemies of the descendants of Jacob, even to the end of the world, brother. Esau gonna be ruling to the end of the world. And Jacob is he that follows. That's where they got that from. Let's read it again. He said, descendants of Esau, the sworn enemies of the descendants of Jacob, even to the end of the world, were at first a small nation inhabiting Mount Seir and the adjacent country, contiguous to the land of Canaan, that they were easily confined within their own limits, as long as the Israelites enjoyed a great and formidable empire in Canaan, but that after the powerful republic of the 12 tribes was destroyed by the Assyrians and Babylonians, they wonderfully increased in numbers and strength, extended their dominion towards the west, spread their colonies far and wide, subjugated Italy, and founded Rome and the Roman Empire. See, brother? See? He's saying, the brother's saying that they founded Italy and Rome. No, he's telling you what the rabbis said. He's quoting what the rabbi is saying that he's in disagreement with. But this is what the rabbi is saying, right? All right. He says, founded Rome and Roman Empire, and at length entirely overturned the Jewish state, which had been restored after the termination of the Babylonian captivity, the second temple being destroyed by Titus Vespasian, and that in the present day professing the religion of Jesus of Nazareth, who you still call on. Bishop Nathaniel still call him Jesus. If you throw Esau out, throw Jesus out too. Wait a minute. If you're gonna throw out Esau, I mean, if you're gonna throw out the so-called white man and out there as being Esau, you gotta throw out the Lord too, and now you gotta throw out Jesus, because according to them, Jesus. Watch this now. He said they subjugated Italy, founded Rome and the Roman Empire, at length entirely overturned the Jewish state, which had been restored after the termination of Babylonian captivity, the second temple being destroyed by Titus and Vespasian, and that in the present day, professing the religion of Jesus of Nazareth, which they were the first of all nations to embrace. Boom. Still got some Hebrews still saying they Christians. You're going to drop Esau. If Esau's the white man, you got to drop everything that's connected to Esau. Jesus of Nazareth, the Lord, Christianity. Now what you going to stand on, right? Huh?
What you bringing to the table, brother?
I know you're mad as hell now. You want to throw some rocks at the screen now. You bad as hell. You bad as hell. All right, now let's get back in here. Okay. So we got Vespasian, and it said they profess the religion of Jesus of Nazareth, and they were the first of all nations to embrace. They hold the dominion over all Europe, right? That's where your Esau, the white man, came from. The Jewish rabbis told you that, and you bought it, hook, line, and sinker. You bought it. You grabbed a hold of it, you got it in your hands with a bulldog grip, and you're not letting it go, doggone it. You were sold to Mickey. You were sold to Mickey. You got blindsided. And it's so in your system, they laughing at you. Because you got your eyes on them, thinking that they Esau. And Esau's getting the pass. You might be Esau. All right? Huh?
Am I right?
That's right.
So let's go back in here. So I ain't done. I'm just getting started. Okay. I haven't got to the meat yet. Let's see. So he says, now this is what the Jewish rabbis are telling you. They're telling you that, and it says, which they were the first of all nations to embrace. They hold the dominion over all Europe. Esau, detaining in captivity his brother Jacob, at least as far as regards the tribe of Yehuda, till his Messiah, Ben Dawid, shall appear, right? All right, now I'm not done yet, right? Okay, secondly, so he's telling you this is what the rabbis have sold to you in rabbinic literature that you have bought, and people have wrote it in books that you bought, and you said, see, they said it again, brother. It must be true. They're admitting that they're Esau. Silly rabbit. Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. You bought it. You should get a refund. Right? You should get a refund. Wait a minute. I need Gino. Wait a minute. Where you at, Gino?
Are you going to repent?
One more time.
Are you going to repent?
No, you ain't going to repent. You're going to continue to teach that because you're mad as hell, and it pacifies your emotions that you can lash out against white people. Even though the source is telling you that to get you off track, but you want to continue along the line because it satisfies your anger towards white people. And you found that's why you don't like DNA. You might find up your tree you got a white ancestor on your paternal line. How they gonna fit for your doctrine? That's why you don't. That's why you say I don't believe in DNA. Doctors can tell you who your father is through DNA. You don't think DNA can tell you who you're connected to in the world? All right. I'm still finding cousins on my DNA. I found somebody last week. I said, third cousin. I reached out to her. I said, how are we third cousins? I said, I know your mother. I'm not related to your mother. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? She said, my daddy is this, that, and the other. I said, wait a minute. I said,
Wait a minute.
and long story short, found out she daddy was my third cousin. I said, we got two total different last names. I would ancestry know that she's my third cousin. Her name's not connected to my name, no kind of form, fashion, or shape. But they found out that she was my third cousin. But you say DNA is false. Okay. All right.
You in danger, girl.
Let's get back in. All right, now. So, secondly, he says that the prophecies of the prophets against Esau, Edom, Seir, and the cities of Edom, especially those of Isaiah, right? Jeremiah, and Obadiah. Wait a minute, brother. Wait a minute. Obadiah. Wait a minute. The rabbi said that too? Yep. What chapter, what prophet do we always use as the hook, line, and sinker that Esau is the white man? Want to know? Obadiah. Right? And Obadiah is in the rotation in secondly. Let's go back. So he said, look. He said, Isaiah, Jeremiah, and Obadiah have not yet received their full accomplishment, for that through the house of Esau has experienced some particular judgments on the Most High Yah on account of their injuries at different periods of time inflicted upon Israel, yet the final vengeance on account of that last and greatest injury, the destruction of the second temple by Titus, and the transportation of the Yahudim into captivity, in which they are still most appropriately detained, is yet impending over it, to be executed in the time of the Messiah, that this is foretold by the prophets in all of their denunciations of the severest plagues against the house of Esau, the cities of Edom and Mount Seir, which all belong to Rome and the Christians. Y'all should be crying right now, because I'm using your reference to show you the fallacy of the doctrine, right? Now, interesting, when you use a person's tool to beat them with their own weapon, that's bad. I'm using your own tools to beat, I'm whooping you bad with your own tools. Oops, upside the head with your own tools. We're not done, we got more. He says they all belong to Rome and the Christians, and that the fate of Christians at the time will be far more dreadful than that of the Mohammedans. Abar Benel particularly says the slaughter of the Turks in the future battle will not be so great as that of the Christians. For many of the Turks, underline Turk, because Turk gonna pop up in a minute. Many of the Turks will escape according to Isaiah, that's 50, 65, 66 and 19. But of the Christians, Obadiah says, oh, so they're making Obadiah the Christians. So Esau is not just Rome, but Esau is Christianity. And you say you're a Hebrew Christian, you the real Christian. So according to Esau, the so-called white man that you call, you are going to be destroyed. Right?
What you bringing to the table, brother?
I'm giving you all this stuff for free, brothers, and this is going to be in my book. I love y'all so much that I'm taking from my substance to give to you because this doctrine's got to be obliterated. Okay, now, so Christians, it says, and that of Mohammedans, Abar Benel particularly says the slaughter of the Turks in the future battle will not be so great as the Christians, right? There shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. Good gracious. Wow. Woo. Did you hear what that is about? So, in other words, according to the rabbis, if you believe in Jesus, Yahushai, Yeshua, Ahaya, Yeshaya, whatever name you use, according to them, you're going to be destroyed. You're the enemy. So it's not about an ethnic group of people. It's more so about a religion than it is about an ethnic group of people. So that's how they got you. They sold you a narrative and you bought into it and you built your camp off of that false narrative. Separated from the scriptures. And you're saying, I'm separating what I'm teaching from the scriptures, and what you're doing is you're separating it from the scriptures, right? So who's right and who's wrong? All right. So that's source number one right now. That book there. Let's see if I can show you the cover. Okay. There's Modern Judaism, right? Let's go back here. Okay, that's not going. Okay, Modern Judaism. Okay. And a brief account of the opinions, traditions, rites, ceremonies of the Jews in modern times by John Allen. This was published in 1830. 1830. Okay, I said 1803. Did I say 1803? No, I was something else. 1830. Okay. This was published in 1830. All right. Now, that's it. Okay. Now, y'all ready to go a little deeper? Wait a minute, how y'all doing? I'm like Farrakhan. How y'all doing? Everybody all right? Right. Okay. See, y'all keep commenting the camp doctrine because I do a part 3 and I'm gonna cover all these verses that y'all say to point out that Esau the so-called white man. Keep commenting because I'm going to cut and paste. Okay. We're gonna get down to the nitty-gritty on this. Okay. Now, I don't mind doing a part 3. All right. How much time I got? Man, it's almost 11 o'clock already. Okay, let's go to my next reference. So the next reference, okay, was, let me see. I wanted to go here real quick. Let's do this real quick. Let's copy this and let's go here. Okay. Let's see if we can glean from here. And we're gonna say the best for last. Okay. All right. Because I know y'all ready. I want to know where the origin of it is. Where's the proof? We're gonna show you the proof in the pudding. Okay, the proof is in the pudding, right? All right, so we're gonna go to this link here and let's paste and go. Okay, this is Leviticus Rabbah 13:5, right? The Judaism and Rome, right? It says the boar and the pig as symbols of Rome, right? Back it up again. the boar and the pig as symbols of Rome. At date 5th century CE. All right. We got spring-like weather. I had to turn my heat down. I was roasting. All right. So, place Syria, Palestina. Okay. This is the commentary on Leviticus Rabbah 13:5. It says this section is part of a larger Midrash unit, Leviticus Rabbah 13:5, that elaborates on the theme of the four kingdoms, right? Are y'all listening to me? It elaborates on the theme of the four kingdoms, based on different biblical verses. For more about the structure of this chapter of the Midrash and its unit particularly, it says, see Har Palid, the dialogical beast, page 157 and 160. Now, we're not going to go there because it's going to be prolonged. But he gives a reference there, but we're going to continue. Okay. Leviticus Rabbah 13:5 opens with the statement that all the prophets saw the course of the what? Four kingdoms that would subdue who? Israel and their who? Affairs. Yet, the Midrash only lists four biblical figures who view these four kingdoms. Adam, Abraham, Daniel, and Shemaiah or Moses, right? Interestingly, at the very least, Adam and Abraham are not usually considered prophets in rabbinic literature. The question of whether Daniel was considered a prophet is debated. The four kingdoms model follows the famous vision of Daniel 7:2-7. The last kingdom will be the worst oppressor. Buzzword, right? Oppressor. Who's the oppressor, brother? The last kingdom will be the worst oppressor, but also the final one. At Esau, the end of the world. Do you see where we're going with this, brothers and sisters? But also the final one. As deliverance will come with its fall. Esau is the end of the world, brother. When Esau fall, Jacob is he that follows, right? That you got that from them. They're teaching you that the fall of Christian Rome and even Christianity teach you the Antichrist is Rome, right? They embrace that same rabbinic doctrine that Esau is Rome because they're saying the Catholic Church, the Christians, the Protestants say the Catholics are Esau, Rome. They're the devil that got to be destroyed, right? The Antichrist is the Pope. Y'all don't see the connection between these doctrines? Okay. Now, he says, but also the final one as delivered will come with its fall. It's not clear when the fourth beast, Daniel, which originally symbolized Hellenistic kingdoms, was transformed to signify Rome. We can find this. Let's go a little more. Identification already implied by Josephus in a Tanakh composition. We find the identification of Rome with the four kingdoms of Mekhilta, the Rabbi Ishmael. There's a reference there, Pasha 8. Horvitz Rabin edition, page 236. The Midrash, which is very familiar to what we find in Leviticus Rabbah, presents the idea that Abraham saw the four kingdoms. However, Leviticus Rabbah develops this Tanaic Midrash much further, adding additional identification. The pig or the boar, both called Hazir in Hebrew, signifies what? Rome. This association cannot be found in the Tanakh text, and therefore the questions are whether it originated in and whether it was related to Christianization of the Roman Empire. Y'all should be mad as hell. Wait till I get to the glide bag. Y'all, don't y'all touch that dial, because I'm going to bring it home to a living room near you. Oh boy, on here. Let's see what else I got in here. Let's read some more. Okay. Although no Tanakh text mentions this link, Morelli Hadass Labelle dates it as early as what? The 2nd century CE, based on the teaching attributed to Athena in Babylonian Talmud Pasahim 118, given as 188b by author, but this is a mistake as no such reference exists. Editing process of the Bavili continued well after the 5th century, and on gloss in Avot de Rabbi Nathan A34, the date of his work is debated, but it's probably continued to be edited as late as the 7th or 8th century, and the time of the sages mentioned in Genesis and Leviticus Rabbah, Jerusalem against Rome, page 517, 521. See also her Roman rule, page 128, another reference for 2nd century dating of this identification. Yonah Frankel, based on the date of Rabbi Simon, who was active in the 3rd century, and those teaching it cited section G, dated the identification of the pig with Rome to the time of this sage, Darki Ha-Agada, volume 1, page 219. In my opinion, it is problematic to interpret from these late texts that the Tanaim already identified the Hazir with Rome. See also Har Palid, Dialogical Beast, page 216. However, while the association of the pig or the boar with Rome is absent from Tanaic compositions, it appears in the Jerusalem Talmud, Berachat 417b, Tanit 46, 68c. Here, the Romans who besieged Jerusalem did not hold to their agreement with the Jews. That's Romans. That's Obadiah. He said, you broke the brotherly covenant. Y'all got to see the thing for what it really is. See, you can't. Y'all got to revisit that doctrine. All right. Now, where we at? Here, the Romans who besieged Jerusalem did not hold to their agreement with the Jews inside the city. Instead, the lambs of the Tamid offering, the besiegers gave 2 pigs. Yet, even in this narrative, there is no explicit statement that appears in Genesis Rabbah and Leviticus Rabbah that the swine symbolizes Rome. Yaakov Nusser explains the identification of Rome with the swine as leveled against Christianity, writing, Rome is represented as only Christian Rome can have been represented. It looks kosher, but it is unkosher. He also brings a passage from Jerome Tractates on Psalm 95:2, who identified the pig with the Jews who support this claim, Judaism and Christianity, page 102. In response, Misgav Harpalid asks if the Midrash represents the subtext on the dominated and indeed targets Christianize Rome. Why does it not directly point to it? Dialogical Beast, page 169. However, he suggests that the identification of Esau with the boar of Psalm 1 of 80 and 14 was established before the end of the 4th century. In Leviticus Rabbi 4 in 5th century, the equation Rome equals Esau, the 4th kingdom, the pig, the boar, out of the wood, appeared in its complete, fully developed form. The Dialogical Beast, page 220. Let us now return to Leviticus Rabbah. So, he's giving you some sources. Now, I'm not going to read the rest of that. You can read the rest of the article because there's some good stuff in there. I want to get to the meat. But they're basically confirming a whole lot of stuff right now. So if you still believe Esau is a so-called white man, it's because you want to, not because you can prove that he is. It's because you just want to, because it's too much. Even the rabbis themselves that are a part of the teachers, they have to kind of support the sages, but at the same time, they're like, wait a minute, this is not really connecting. These dots are not connecting in no form, fashion, or shape, right? So they're in the same position that you can't people are with your elders that taught this. You want to support your elders, the elders that rule well, but you see the holes in it. You're gonna have to end up leaving that camp if you change this teaching. You can't stay with that camp and keep the same teaching, because they're gonna oust you, or they're gonna make you feel like you an Edomite. You are you're a massive pleaser. Okay, now here's another source here. How Esau became wrong. Let's look at this real quick, right? Okay, let's copy this link. Let's put this in here. I'm not going to be as lengthy with this one here. I want to kind of get in here and get out so you can okay, so let's put this one here. I want to get to the punchline in this. We're gonna put this baby. We're gonna smoke. We'll have a barbecue with this doctrine in a minute. Okay, all right. So this one here is. Let's go to this link I just posted there, and this one I kind of covered in the previous lesson, but I just want to kind of read this highlight portion of the text right here. It says, the text goes on to differentiate between Israel and Edom, stating that while Israel will be restored, Edom will be permanently extinguished. We have seen this prophecy fulfilled in history. Israel is still here, of course, while Edom has long disappeared from the historical record. Yaakov's descendants continue to thrive while Esau's are long gone. By the times of the Talmud, there were no real Edomites left, so the sages, listen. The sages began to associate Edom with a new entity, the Roman Empire. Let's back that up. By the times of the Talmud, there were no real Edomites left, so they say. There were no real Edomites left, so the sages, who? The sages, who? The sages began to associate Edom. They did what? They began to associate. They did what? Began to associate Edom with a new entity. Wait a minute. They associated him with a new entity without proof? Look at what he just said. He said, Edomites, there were no real Edomites left. Wait a minute. So we just gonna pick a people and say they Esau? It kind of sounds like what the camps do with the so-called white man. All right. So they picked a new entity, the Roman Empire. Sages certainly didn't believe that the Romans were the direct genetic descendants of Esau. I'll read that again, right? The sages certainly didn't believe that the Romans were the direct genetic descendants of Esau. One more time. The sages certainly didn't believe that the Romans were a direct genetic descendant of Esau, but rather that they were their spiritual heirs. He says, why did the sages make this connection? Okay. He goes into Haran and all of that. Okay, now, We're going to show you the source of that. Like, I'm not going to read the rest of it because I'm going to show you the source of that. Okay, so now, so let's continue. Let's go further. All right, so now that's how Esau became wrong. Okay, now, we're going to go in here to this link here. Oh, excuse me. Is this the one I want? Hold on a second. I'm messing up here, brothers and sisters. Hold on a second. I want to take you to the reference to the actual reference. Okay. Page 4. That's not the one I want. I want volume. Ooh, let's see, I want. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on a second. Just bear with me a second here. I didn't leave a link to this one here because I want you to see it. So just bear with me 1 second. I want. Let's see. Hold on. I gotta find it now. You're gonna love this, brothers and sisters. Let's see. Just hold on to your hats. Okay. Okay. I think this is the one I want. I think this is the one I want. Okay, hold on. Let's keep our fingers crossed. I think this is the one I want. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, y'all hold on now. Don't y'all go nowhere. This is the punchline right here. You gonna get this here. Oh my mercy. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's not the one. Okay, that's volume 4. Okay. It might be. Let me see. Volume 4. Let me hold on a second. Hold on. This might be the right one. Where am I at? D. Okay, it must be volume 5. Okay, all right. So let's scratch that. Let's go back. Let's go to volume 5. Okay, volume 5. Volume 5. Okay. Let's try this one here. See if this is the one. Hold on. Hold up. Don't go nowhere. Don't you go nowhere. I'm coming. Okay, let's see. I think this is the one. Hold on. Okay, yeah, this is it. Okay, now. Okay. Oh, this is good stuff here. This is good stuff. Ooh, wait till y'all see it. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show it to you today, brother. I'm going to look. Cam's gonna be mad at me. Gonna come looking for you. Come knocking on the door. Where the Hebrew at? He messed with our buddy. He messing with our buddy, brother. You crucifying that doctrine. You putting it out of the water. Okay. Well, man, I can't see what I'm doing here. Hold on a second. Let's blow this up some so I can see what I'm doing. This print's so small. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. I'm almost there. Okay, here we go. I got it. Okay, I got it. Let's blow it up here. Blow it up. Blow it up. Okay. All right. Let's see. I want this page here. Okay, I'm gonna give you the link in a second. As soon as I find, okay, here's right. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Let's blow it up. Gotta blow it up. One more time. All right. Now, I'm gonna give you the link. For some reason or other, Because I work 12, 14 hours a day. I made a mistake by not including the link to this one, but I got it now. We got it. We're gonna bust it. We're gonna bust some heads wide open now. All right, now, let's see. So I'm gonna give you the link here. Let's go in here. Put this here. Paste, bam. Go. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, so click that link there, brothers and sisters. And this is under the heading of Edom. And the reference is the Jewish Encyclopedia by Funk and Wagner. Volume 5, under the heading of topic of East Edom, and under the section of the use of the name. Okay, now let's start here where it says, from this time, this is the I guess you want to say second paragraph. Let's see if I can blow it in one more. Let's see, let's make it full screen. Oh, I messed up. Let's try it again. One more time. Again. Okay. I'm not going to make it too big because it's going to cause my computer to slow down. Okay. It says, from this time, the Idumeans ceased to be a separate people. Let me back up for a little bit here. Okay. Let's start right here. So we're going to start here on the left column, the last paragraph. Edom is mentioned in the cuneiforms inscriptions in the form Udumi. Udumi, huh? That's the African name, isn't it? Udumi. Udumi, three of its kings are known from the same source, Kos Malakta. Let's see if I can blow it up one more time. All right, one more. Okay. I can do it no more. Spinning around now. Okay. But I can see it. Okay. Lost my place. I lost my place. Okay. Three kings are known from the same source, Kos Malakta, at the time of Tiglath-Pileser, right? Malik Ramu at the time of Sennacherib, I know that one, 705 C, and Kos Gabri at the time of Esarhaddon, right? That's historical kings of Syria and Syria. According to Egyptian inscriptions, the Idumea, A-D-U-M-A, at times extended their possessions down as far as the borders of Egypt. Okay, let me read that again, right? At times extended their possession down as far as the borders of Egypt, Muller, Asin, and Europa, page 135. After the conquest of Yehuda by the Babylonians, Edomites were allowed to settle in southern Palestine. So let's read that again, right? So after the conquest of Yehuda by the Babylonians, the Edomites were allowed to settle in southern Palestine, right? At the same time, they were driven by the Nabateans from Idumea. And we read that last week where they was driven out. They ended up fleeing all over the place. Ended up in Europe too. We read it earlier. In the southern Palestine, they prospered for more than 4 centuries, right? So 4 centuries. So where were the Romans at this particular time? These Edomites, he said that they prospered for 4 centuries, 400 years, right? Yehuda's Maccabees conquered their territory for a time, BC 163, Antiquities, right? They were again subdued by Hyrcanus, by whom they were forced to observe the Israelite rights and laws. Okay, so now, up to this point, I want you to see this. We got to be clear about this. Up to this point, they were in Israel, aka Palestine, for 400 years. They were there. They were not in Rome. And then at this point, they were forced by John Hyrcanus to convert to the Hebraic covenant that they call Judaism. Okay? Are you following the story now? So they're not Romans at this point. Okay. All right. So we got a lot of holes in that. They were then incorporated with the Jewish nation. Read it again. So it's in the book of Maccabees. They were incorporated into the Hebraic nation. We see that. We saw that. We read that in a previous session. So they were not Romans. They were incorporated into the Israelite community. They still looked like Israelites. They were Hebrews. They were Hebrew Edomites, the twin brother of Yaakov, and they were suppressed under the rule of Israel under John Hyrcanus. Okay, you got it? Let's go. Right. Now, it says they were then incorporated with the Jewish nation, and their country was called by the Greeks and Romans Idumea. Boom. So why would the Greeks and Romans call them Idumea if, doggone it, they were the same people? Y'all got to stop with this dumb doctrine. It's stupid. A brother said in the comments last week, he said, brother, it should take 5 minutes. No, it didn't take longer than 5 minutes. It took these brothers 55 years to be indoctrinated with this foolishness to get it out of their system. Okay, let's go. So they were incorporated with the Hebrew nation, and their country was called by the Greeks and Romans Idumea. So the Romans and Greeks were ones that called them Idumea. Okay. Ptolemy's in geographies. Okay, so that's a reference, Mark 3 and 8, and Ptolemy's Geography, volume 16. Okay. Volume 16, I think. Okay. Volume 16 don't sound right. Okay. Verse 16. Okay, something's missing there with that geography. Ptolemy's Geography, I think is verse 16. They left something out there. Okay. All right. Anyway, with Antipater began the Idumean dynasty, right? Not Rome. With Antipater, this is the Jewish people telling you the truth now. They questioning the sages' teaching, right? With Antipater, right? Because remember, all the others were incorporated in the Hebraic nation under Hyrcanus. But then under Antipater, he says here, under Antipater began the Idumean dynasty that ruled over Judea until its conquest by the Romans. So the Romans conquest Idumea. Idumea was not Rome. How was the Roman civilization already established if Idumea was still a separate people at this particular time in history? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all, brothers and sisters, that Esau's Rome. Let's go. All right. It says, from this time, the Idumeans ceased to be a separate people through the name Idumea, though the name Idumea still existed the time of Jerome. So let's back that up again. Let's make sense of that. Make it make sense. All right. So it says that immediately before, let me back up. I missed something. Antipater began the Idumean dynasty that ruled over Judea till the conquest by the Romans. So the Romans conquested it. Then immediately before the siege of Jerusalem, 20,000 Idumeans under the leadership of John, Simeon, Phineas, and Jacob appeared before Jerusalem to fight on behalf of the zealots who were besieged in the temple, according to Josephus. Now, so we're still seeing Rome separated from Idumea, from the Edomites. We're still seeing a separation between the people. Okay. We found the story. All right. Now, from this time, Idumea ceased to be a separate people, though the name Idumea still existed at the time of Jerome. So once again, so they became merged with the Hebrews. Now, let me ask you a dumb question. If you believe the Hebrews are people are black, then how the hell are they going to mix with a black people if they're still white? That makes no sense at all, brothers and sisters. How are they going to cease to be a separate people if they're white? They're going to be obvious that these are Edomites. It sounds simple, but to some people, it's indoctrination, and they can't see the truth because they're indoctrinated with their emotions. So, it says, from that time, Idumea ceased to be a separate people, though the name Idumea still exists at the time of Jerome. According to the law, Deuteronomy 23, 8 and 9, the congregation could not receive descendants of a marriage between an Israelite and an Edomite until the 4th generation. All right, explain that one to me, brother. You hate Esau so bad. How is it that here it says, he quotes from the book of the law, right? 23 and 8, right? Let's read it to make you mad as hell some more. All right, Deuteronomy, what was that? 20, hold on a second. Deuteronomy 23 and 8 and 9. Okay. Deuteronomy 23, 8 and 9. 23, 8 and 9. Okay. It starts at 7. It says, thou shall not, this is the law, this is not Kazakh, this is not Kazakh loving the massa, this is Torah. And if you disagree with Torah, then you a wicked Israelite. You're straight wicked. There's no other way to explain it. Torah compliance is what's required of us. Not an emotional response because we mad as hell at the white man. Torah obedience supersedes our emotions, right? So when the Most High says you shall not abhor an Edomite, right? For he is thy brother. You shall not abhor an Egyptian because you was a stranger in his land. And the children that are begotten of them, okay, it could be either way. It could be an Edomite male having an Israelite wife. I know you don't like that one because you still set on them being white, being a white man. So, Edomite male, according to what we're reading here, could marry an Israelite wife or a Israelite male, right, could marry an Edomite wife. But they already knew the law, so okay. How many generations has that been since they've been in this walk? Okay, I can't marry that generation. Okay, they can hang around, but when we coming up on the 4th generation, oh yeah, cool. Hey, I want that Edomite girl right there. You know, it was legit, right? So in the 4th generation, so he said, in the 4th generation, the children that are begotten of them shall enter into the congregation of Yah in their 3rd generation. Right there, it is. So the confirmation is that, as he already stated, there were Israelites and Edomites dwelling together as one nation, still separate people, still Esau and still Yaakov. So You go to the book of Jasher, chapter 90, says they became one people, and it doesn't say they became one people, it became one nation. Okay, we're one nation in America, but we're not Europeans. we didn't change our skin, right? All right, let me get back in here. All right, so going back to the Jewish Encyclopedia. So this law was subject to controversy between our Simeon and other Talmudists. I wonder why. Who maintained that the female descendants were also excluded until the fourth generation, contrary to our Simeon, who regarded the limitation as applicable in only to male descendants. He gives a reference there. Now here's the part. Here's the part we all been waiting for. Remember coming to America? This is the part we've all been waiting for. Oh man, I tell you. All right. The name. Underline the name. Right? The name. Edom. E-D-O-M. Edom. Idumi. Idoma. All the other places where they spell different, right? This where they got Edom. E-D-O-M. Is used. Wait a minute. It just sit down laughing because after all of that, it's like somebody changed the channel. You watching the football game, all of a sudden somebody turn on all in the Young and the Restless. I don't know if they're still out there. Okay, this is it. So you watching football game and somebody turn on Lifetime movies. That's what it seemed like right here. They go all the way from that and they flip the channel. Oh, okay, let's get it. All right, so it said the name Edom is used by Talmudists for the Roman Empire. Let's read it again. The name Edom is used by Talmudists for the Roman Empire, and they, and who? They. Who's they? Talmudists. They applied to Rome every passage in the Bible referring to Edom or Esau. Boom. That's where your doctrine comes from. That's where it comes from, brother. That's where it comes from. The Jewish rabbis gave it to you. They told you Esau was wrong, and you bought it, and you sold it, and you're in the street screaming, Esau, so-called white man.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
All of that. And they still collecting your money. And you've been had. They got you. I ain't gonna say what I was thinking. They got you screaming, uncle. Uncle. I say, uncle. Got you saying, uncle. They got you saying, uncle. Uncle. And you see somebody that's laying it out like a baby so a baby can understand it. Oh, no. Esau, I don't care what you say. He's a white man. They got you by the, you know what? Got you saying uncle. You can't let it go. You can't let it go because they got you by the, you know what? When a man grab you there, you gonna say whatever he wants you to say. That's why you can't let it go. Nathaniel UIC and One West Camp, they got you by the. I use the generic term. They got you by the scrotums. You screaming like Michael Jackson. And then you hear somebody teach some sound foundation truth, and you hear, y'all can all go to hell. Esau, the so-called white man. Right? He got you by the scrotum. That doctrine's got you by the scrotum. You can't see beyond that because you've been deceived. We're showing you the origin of it right here for free. Now you're going to have to buy my book because I'm giving you stuff for free. I'm going to add more to the book, though. I got a whole lot more. All right. And plus, I got some other extra stuff. I'll put that in part 3. I'm not going to get to it because this is too juicy right here. What time is it? 11:30. I ain't even done with this yet. I got a couple more places to go in the Jewish Encyclopedia, and we're going to wrap this video up for today. We'll come back to part 3. All right. Let's see. So where was I at here? So Edom, right here, is used by the Talmudists for the Roman Empire. So who gave it to you? Who gave it to you? The Roman Empire. Used by the Roman Empire. I mean the Talmudists. So Esau being Rome was given to you by the Talmudists. So once again, if you believe that Esau's Rome because the Talmudists are telling you, then you better believe that they are the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob because they're telling you that they're that too. They're saying they're that, and Rome is Esau. So why would you just believe half of their story? Huh? Their children are the ones writing the books telling you, we didn't get to the one book, and this written in the 1900s. This the one I'm gonna pull it up for you, just so you can see and show you that he's actually quoting from the source that I'm quoting from. That's where I got it from. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me, right?
Am I right?
That's right.
All right, now, so the Talmudists, Edom is used by the Talmudists for the Roman Empire, and they apply to Rome every passage of the Bible referring to Edom or Esau. In Leviticus Rabbah, that's 13, Rome under the name of Edom is compared to the boy we read that earlier, and the symbolic name Seir was used by poets of the Middle Ages not only for Rome, in parentheses, and he has comp Eclis 1:26 Hebrew. Okay, so that's another reference. But also for Christianity. Zunz Liturgetsch, page 620. That's another reference. On this account, the word Edom was often expunged. Underline expunged. Edom was also expunged by the censor and another name substituted. Popper, Censorship of Hebrew Books, page 58. In place of Edom, the word Hazir, swine, was occasionally used, perhaps as a mere term of reproach. But see Epstein, Beitrage zur Jud, Outer Humskonde, page 35. In Midrash Tanhuma, Bereshit, Hadrian. Wait a minute, brother. Wait a minute. I heard that before too. Hadrian was the Edomite. Who told you? Who told you so? We're reading right here. We're saying where it came from. It says in Midrash Tanhuma, Bereshit, Hadrian is called. Are you ready for me? Are you ready for it, right?
What you bringing to the table, brother?
Hadrian is called the King of Edom. Y'all should be mad as hell right now. I know y'all gonna see this video and y'all gonna watch it. Y'all gonna have a whole conference and y'all gonna all watch it instead of me getting me multiple hits. Y'all have a meeting. I don't care about you not wanting to give me hits for this. This truth got to be released, brothers and sisters, so we can go home. We got to get the hatred out of our heart. Okay, so. So Edom was expunged, right? And it says in the Midrash, Hadrian is called the king of Edom. The Talmudists, however, made an exception in favor of Antonius Pius, whom they assured would attain paradise because he had not acted in the manner of Esau. Zerah 10b. Aboda Zerah 10a. However, explaining Obadiah, there it is again, verse 2 says that Edom had neither written nor spoken the language. This is inconsistent with the application of Rome. Right. So this writer is having a tug of war with the Talmudists and their thesis that Esau is wrong. Right? Edom was expunged and replaced with Rome and the Christians, and he's having a problem. And now he's saying, see Taman. We'll see Taman next week. All right, I'm not gonna go there because that might be a whole nother hour. Okay. Whew. Are you all right? Okay. Man, oh man alive. Let me see my comments here. See if anybody. Okay, let's go back up in here. Let's bring it on the screen here. Let's see what people are saying here. Am I still live? Or did I go off? Hold on a second. I see a black screen. Somebody is mad as hell here and shut me off.
Tienes papeles. Estamos contratando trabajos para empacar frutas. Requisitos sin papeles. No es necesario hablar español. Para más información haga clic en el enlace.
Okay. I guess I'm still on. Okay. I saw a black screen. I was confused. Okay, all right. So let's see. Woo. AE, I don't know who AE is. AE said hi. Afro Asiatic said fire. Hello, AE. Afro Edo. Yep. Let's see. Lion Prime, I'm not a follower of any doctrine or deception teaching Esau's seed is spoiled. However, Psalm 83 covers our jealous relatives and the vassal nations to help to scatter our family worldwide. Right. So now we probably need to cover that in one of our closing parts to show you who all those people are, and none of them are white. Okay, now Psalms 83, and I'm gonna prove to you, right? I'm gonna prove to you for that. So none of them are white. They're still black today. They're still living today. Still vibrant today, right? Esau is still oppressing Israel, and it's not the white man, right? And they gonna get theirs, so don't worry about them. Gentile, your Yefeth gonna get his, but let Yah handle his business, and you handle your business, right? But so no, none of the alliances are white. It's still black today. I'm gonna prove it to you. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to the comments here. So let's see. Thou shalt not abhor Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor Egyptian, because that was strangers' land. That's correct. That's right. Torah over feelings. Afro-Asiatic. Torah over feelings all day long. Okay. Where's the arrow? The marriage point just made is making them angry like fire. I know. They mad at that for real. But the book says that, right? Asa ruled Judah 41 years. Asa means Esau, reference blue letter Bible. Right. Okay. I could believe that. Let's see. Talmud, right? Yep. Let's see. Light al-Nur, right? Let's see. Esau is white man doctrine makes big money, so when they hear the truth, their wallet hates it. Yep, that's true. So true. We want to hate over sound doctrine. That's correct. And inadvertently, they are saying whites are Hebrews. That's correct. That's correct. Yeah. Wait a minute. In my Judges, oh yeah, when you went out from Seir, oh yeah, when you went out from Seir, when you marched from the land of Edom. Good stuff there. Shabbat Shalom. Okay, head to the assembly. $D is going. Okay. That's it. Thank you for joining the live. Good. We don't have no trolls trolling today. Yeah, told everybody for that. Afro said, expose a lie unto the root and you may be rewarded. Told everybody. Hallelujah. Okay. Appreciate that. Now I do need money now today's. I do need money to live by, so don't cut a brother short because I'm gonna get rewarded later. I need now, right? Okay. All right. So the Most High put in your heart to make a contribution, make that contribution. You see the links down there, right? I'm not begging for money. I'm just letting you know it's there. Okay. We working here. We working. You give me stuff for free. We working, right? All right. Now, hey, the world is smarter than the Israelites. World, I work all week long for people, and I get tips from people from working. Israelites don't believe in tipping or giving an offering. They give money for that which is not bread. The world does. Israelites get bread and don't give a dime. That's so sad. But I don't want to get off of that because somebody's feelings is hurt because I said that. Well, let your feelings be hurt. The truth needs to be told. Y'all tight with your money. And that's why some of us are still in the same circumstance we're in, because we tight with our money. Okay. Enough on that. Let's get back. Okay. Look, I don't care what people say about me. They can say, people say all kinds of things about me behind my back. It comes back to me always. The Most High reveal it, or some kind of way to get back to me. People lie because they want to be right. They want to make me out to be a demon while they be right. He's a devil. He ain't spiritual. Define spirituality. Because I don't do things your way, I'm not spiritual. Okay. I'll let you be right. All right, now let's get back in so I can wrap it up. Now where was I going here? So that was some good stuff. So we read, showing you where that came from right now. So I'm gonna summarize, and we're gonna wrap it up here. I have a whole lot more. I want to look at this Khazars, the Turks. I'm gonna look at this book, not modern. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show you the book. But I'll tell you what I do. Here's what I do. Here's what I will do. This is what I will do for you. Right. I am going to cover the book next week. I'll start with that. How about that? I think that's a good start, because this book is the one that everybody always referring people to, written in the 1900s. So let's do this here so you can see what's feeding people. Okay. All right. Okay, let's look at the screen here. So this is the book, Who is Edom and Esau, written by Charles Wiserman, right? So we'll deal with this next week. Okay, who is Esau and Edom, right? By Charles Wiserman. And let's see, this book was copyright 1991, right? Okay, and I think on page 8, he talks about, is it 8? Okay, yeah, so here he talks, what time is it here? I might just squeeze this in. Okay. This is page 8. Now, I don't have a reference to this, a link to this. So I can't share a link, but you can see what I have on the screen. So this page 9 says the origin of the Jews. It says the Jews today fall within two main types, the Sephardic Jew and the Ashkenazi Jews. Sephardim are also known as Spanish Jews. So we already know from what we read in our opening statement that the Spanish, Portuguese are swarthy and tawny. So anybody that looks white, that's going under the auspices of Sephardic, they ain't the people. Okay. And they only represent 5% anyway, so 5%. I wonder why, how does the Ashkenazi have 90%, right? It says, okay, they represent 5% of the Jews of the world. Ashkenazim are the East European Jews, which are found in Poland, Russia, Germany, and Western Asia. This group of Jews make up 90% of the so-called Jews in the world. So how is it that the white Jews have a higher percentage of being the Jews, but the darker ones, the Spanish ones, are only 5%? I can't figure that one out. So, in other words, what you want me to believe that every Israelite left out of Israel and went to Poland, Russia, Germany, and they end up coming into America and settling in different communities, and they all look white, but the others, the ones that don't look white, only went one place, and there's only 5% of them. I smell a dead cat on the line. Right?
Am I right?
That's right.
Okay, so he says that, yeah, they make up 90%. Many reference and historical sources have unequivocally identified that the bulk of the Ashkenazi Jews were derived from a people known as Khazars or Khazars or Caesars, or however you want to pronounce it in some texts. The original Jewish Encyclopedia in 1905 revealed that the main stock of Jews came from Asiatic people known as Khazars or Khazars. Khazars, people of Turkish origin, whose life history are interwoven with the very beginnings of the history of the Jews of Russia. Historically, evidence points to the region of Urals as the home of the Khazars. Okay, now, here's the thing what I want to take away from this, right? I'll go ahead and cover this part here since I'm there. I can knock it out real quick. Okay, now, this is the reference that the camps are using to support, because in this book, he does say Esau is wrong. So this book they're using amongst a few, but yet I can't use an outside book, but they can. Brother came in last week. All you need is the Bible. Why are you using outside sources? To prove you wrong. That's why. You use outside sources to prove you right. So I can't use outside sources to prove you wrong. That's a double standard, wouldn't you say? I can't use outside source to prove you wrong, but you can use outside source to prove you right. That's hypocrisy. Okay, now, so he says Khazar. So the reference is volume 5, right? Hold on a second. Is that volume 5? I gotta look at my notes here. Okay, 5 is covering. 5 is something different. Okay, hold on. Where's 5 reference to? Volume 5. Help me out here, brothers, sisters. See, where's 5 at? Okay, there's 4. These footnotes are off, seems like. That's 4. That's 5. There's 6 right here. Where's 5 at? Okay. I don't see where 5 is. Okay, so let's see. This is volume 5. This is volume 4. Hold on a second. Let me see. What was this here? What volume was this? This was volume 5. Okay, volume 5. Okay, so we are so I think you use Edom as volume 5, right? So we already read that. So volume 4. Let's go here. Encyclopedia, Jewish Encyclopedia, volume 4. Here's right. Let's see. Let's take this out. 4. Hit 4. Bam. Enter. Bam. Right here. 4. And under Khazar. Okay, I actually have the link, so let's do it this way. Let's go back to my notes and let's see. Khazar. Here, let's take and copy this link here. Let's throw this up here in the chat, right? And go here. And go there. And so that's the link to Khazar's. You go in here. Okay. Cut and paste. Bam. There you go. Okay. We'll close with this here. Okay. All right. So there goes your Khazar's right there. Okay. Now let's blow this in a little bit. Messed up. Okay. So on the Khazar, it says Khazar's. It says a Turkish origin, right? Now notice, it doesn't say a Shemite origin. It doesn't say an Edomite origin, right? It doesn't say a Hebrew origin. It says a Turkish origin. Okay. Turkish origins whose life and history are interwoven with the very beginnings of the history of who? The Jews of Russia. This is not some angry black Negro. This is Jewish Encyclopedia. Okay. The kingdom of Khazar was firmly established in most of southern Russia long before the foundation of the Russian monarchy by the Varangians. So in other words, they're saying that these Jews were in Russia long before the foundation of this monarch. The Jews have lived on the shores of the Black and Caspian Seas since the first centuries of the Common Era. Okay. Historical evidence points to the region of the Ural as home of Khazars. Among the classical writers of the Middle Ages, they were known as Khazars, Khazirs, Asketeers, and Asketyres, and in Russia chronicles as Khwalises and Urgri Bayoyi, whatever that is. The Armenian writers of the 5th and following centuries furnish ample information concerning this people. Moses of Chlorine refers to them to the invasion by the Khazars of Armenia and Iberia at the beginning of the 3rd century. Okay. The Khazars came from Armenia with the Basilians in 198. Okay. Now, this lesson is not about asking us who they are. I'll leave that for somebody else to do. Okay. This is just, our general purpose is to prove that Esau is not the so-called white man. Okay. So I just wanted to show you this, that they are saying that they are Turkish people, not Edomite people. Okay. The Turkish people from Turkey. Okay. So now I'm going to give you another link, and this is going to be the last one for today, and we'll pick it back up. If anybody has any comments or questions before I close out, I'll take a few. Okay. So let's go to Turks or Turkey. So we're going to copy this link here. We're going to go there. Okay. And we're going to, let's see, let's put this into the chat. Paste. Go. Okay. And then we'll go to, I'll go back here. And we'll paste it here. Okay, Turkey, here we go. Now I gotta blow it up. Okay. Okay, it says Turkey. Uh-oh, I messed up. Good gravy. Turkey, Empire of Southeastern Europe and Western Asia. For present purposes, Turkey is taken to mean that part of Europe which is directly under Ottoman rule. Asia Minor and the islands of Archipelago and Mesopotamia, Syria and Palestine. Although under the direct administration of the Porte, the Arabia are considered as distinct countries and have also been treated the Jewish Encyclopedia. The Jews have lived in Turkey from early times. Tradition says that notice what it says, tradition says that there are a colony of them in the Thessaly at the time of Alexander the Greek, and later they are found scattered throughout the Eastern Roman Empire. It says, see Adrianople, Byzantine Empire. The first Jewish colony in Turkey proper was at Bursa, the original Ottoman capital. According to the traditions, again, when Sultan Yurkhan conquered the city in 1326, he drove out his former inhabitants and repeopled it with Jews of Damascus. So that's 1326. And the Byzantine Empire. These Jews received a firman permitting them to build a synagogue, and this evidence still exists, being the oldest in Turkey. The Jews lived in a separate quarter called Yehudi. What is that? Mahalesi. Outside of Bursa, they were allowed to live in any part of the country and on the payment of. Okay, so that's all I wanted to cover. So I just want to show you who Turkey is, right? So he's making a connection between. So then, if in fact, as the camps teach Esau is a so-called white man, they're basically telling you in their own documents that they're not connected to Shemites. They're telling you the origin came those group of people that's in Russia and Germany and Poland. They're telling you that their ancestry lineage came from the Turks, who are descendants of Japheth, not descendants of Shem, right? So with that said, brothers and sisters, I'm gonna look at some comments, questions here. But this really shouldn't need to happen. But because there's so many people that are delusionalized by these camps, they continue to believe this nonsense that has no scholarship support, no genetic support, no science support. I was going to cover a piece on the craniology, to show you what they say about the skulls that they found, right? How that they are Negro skulls, and the ones that the so-called white man has that you call Esau, their skulls are not the same that they discovered. Okay? So it's too many holes for this to hold any water, right? So with that said, let me go in here and I'm gonna wrap this up here. Let's see any comments, questions. I'm gonna spend the rest of the day just relaxing and trying to regroup here. Hey, Bruce Spot, Tretsky, good to see you, my brother. I just saw you comment. Good to see you. How to do y'all? Pray all is well with you and Coach Cynthia. Let's see. Man, Afro Asiatic, man, you got some good stuff there, my brother, man. You put some good stuff out there. All right. I hope you got some of that stuff on your channel. I'm about to click on your name and see if you got anything. Or now, where did he go? Here. How do I do that? Okay. I can't go there from here. I have to go from YouTube. Let's see if I can do it. Well, nobody have anything else to say. I'm exhausted, brothers and sisters. I put in long hours this weekend. I was up early this morning to make sure I had something, had my flow together so I could, feed you what the Most High been dealing with me about with Esau for the past year or so. Just putting it together so it could be helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off because you can tell I'm winding down now. I didn't stop talking. I'm going to sign off, but I appreciate those of you coming in to join in on the Shabbat. And Father, thank you, praise you, all those that join with us live here on the Shabbat, those that come later on, and those that are keepers of this covenant of Yah. We pray that you keep them in your care, protection, and your arms of love around them until we meet again at the point in time. We come to you, in the name of Yahshua Mashiach. We say hallelujah, 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 Torah, amen. And we'll see you all again next Shabbat. Shalom.